This video I'll show you how to make an exploded view using Inventor. So once you have your assembly done, we'll go to File, New. Now an exploded view is a presentation view in Inventor. Now again, pay attention, this one's in millimeters, so I'm looking for this millimeter IPN, not the DIN, that's a German standard. So go standard millimeter IPN, create. And then what you'll need to do is open up that assembly. So start with that assembly. And then just go up here and click where it says Tweak Components. Click on that. And now what you do is click on each component. Now with an exploded assembly, what you want to do is take it apart kind of in the reverse that you might put it together. So you don't just scramble the pieces around the page. You use some kind of logical, methodical way to do it. So let's start with this. So I'll click on this piece and you see these arrows. That'll be my XYZ axis. So just click and hold down. Like for example, I want to pull this one out. So I'm going to click that and hold it down. Pull it out. Now don't go too far away because you want this to fit on the drawing sheet. And then we'll go to the next part. So do the same with this one. Click on that one. Click on that arrow. Hold it down. Pull it apart. Let's see. I think what I'll do is take this disc. So click on the wheel and click on that arrow. Pull it up. And actually, that's not bad. So then just click on this check mark right there. And there's my exploded view. Obviously, there's not a lot happening here with this part, but that should fit nicely on the drawing sheet. You could also pull it apart, kind of just linearly if you wanted. If you want, this will make a video. So if you click on this little arrow right here, it'll do that. And you can set the timing. So you can create an actual presentation of showing somebody how the parts fit together. So that's your exploded assembly. So then you want to save it, give it a new name. So I usually call it assembly exploded or put a part drawing number or something on it, but just make sure you save it with a new name. And then what we can do is let's make a new drawing sheet. So we're going to make an ANSI millimeter drawing. And I will use a C-size sheet. And what I'm going to do is put my full assembly and my exploded assembly on the same sheet. So for my base view, that just automatically went to my exploded, that's totally fine. I can always adjust this scale. And let's go and base, and now let's go up here and let's find that full assembly. If it's not showing up on there, then what you can do is go here to this folder and you can find that assembly, which is right there. And that'll be the full assembly. And for assemblies, you usually don't do multi-views. You just do one view if you can make, especially in this situation, because I'm going to show both on the sheet. Now, I got a lot of real estate here, so I'm going to make these views larger. So right-click, edit view, and I think I'll make those one-to-one and see how they look. That looks a lot better. In fact, I may shade it so you can see it a lot better. Right-click, edit view, make that one-to-one, and likewise, I think I'll shade those parts. So there is my exploded and my full assembly. And now we're going to put some balloons on there and a parts list. Now you can put balloons on either the exploded or the full assembly. And this is a pretty simple one. It's not that big of a deal, but I'll just use it as a demo. So go to annotate, click up here on balloon, and then just go in and click on a part. Oops, click on your first one, say okay, and then pull this out where you want it to be. Click it, right click, and say continue. Go to the next part, click it, pull your balloon out, click, right click, continue. The next part, click, right click, continue, and try to do it in kind of a logical, organized manner so it makes sense. Don't just randomly have those things flying all over the page. That looks pretty good. So there's my 4 parts. Now there's 2 of these parts, but I only need 1 balloon. Now we can go over here to parts list, click on this view, Say OK, and it'll generate a parts list. And that parts list lives right here on top of the title block. You don't get to put it wherever you want. It should go right here, and you can kind of attach it right there. And what that will do is it'll show you the item numbers, which are the balloon numbers, the quantity of each piece, and then that's your number, that's your drawing number that you save those parts as. And we will need to go in and add a description, although I named these, but in order to do that, just if you double click on this, this will pop up, and then you can just come in here and click on that, and you can type in, I'm going to make those capitals, type in the name, hit enter, enter, and it's kind of redundant on this one just because of the way I named it. And then just say OK, and there's your parts list, right? So I've got a full assembly, explode assembly, they have balloons and a parts list, and then I could fill out my title block, save that, and there's a good looking assembly way to present your assembly.